gravestone. In front of it is a book. And on the book it says, our inspiration, your inspiration continues to guide us toward our personal liberation. As you know, Bruce lived and taught the importance of self-knowledge as a tool to personal liberation. And he taught that personal liberation is not an end point. It's not a place where you arrive. It is a place where you are always arriving. In other words, it's the journey that's important. It's not the destination. And Bruce lived his life like that. He enjoyed the journey every one of 32 years. On Brandon's headstone, I would like you to notice the shape of the headstone. If you look at it from above, you can see that the two stones are aligned to look like a yin-yang symbol. And the inside of the stone is left rough, and the outside is smooth to indicate the complementary nature of the Yin-yang symbol. On Brandon's gravestone, there is a message from a quote that he loved very much. And it starts out by saying, because we don't know when we will die, we come to think of life as an inexhaustible well. Then it goes on to say, at the end it says, for instance, how many more times will you see a full moon rise? Perhaps one, perhaps 20, but we get to think of it as limitless. And I think the message of that is that because we do not know, we need to appreciate every full moon, every day, every minute of our life, and be grateful for it. So in closing, I would just like to say that I believe that all energy is transformed. Energy does not disappear. As you know, these two men were full of energy, and with their mortal passing, the energy did not go away. It's transformed into some other form. We don't know what it is. I'm not going to give a theological message or metaphysical message. We all have our own thoughts about that. But one place I know where energy is transformed from these two men is into our hearts. And that is the essence of the inspiration that they have given each one of us.
You have to let it all go, Neo. Fear, doubt, and disbelief. Free your mind.
There's so much to remember. If you try to remember, you will lose. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. Put it into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or creep or drip or crash. Be water, my friend.
Why don't I just stand in front of Bull and recite that to him? Maybe he'll faint or drown.
When is it? You are not ready.
I know.
Like everyone else, you want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose, to accept defeat. To learn to die is to be liberated from it. So when tomorrow comes, you must free your ambitious mind. You must free your ambitious mind. Free your ambitious mind. Free your ambitious mind. Free your ambitious mind.
I know Kung Fu. Show me.
No. Fight.
Interesting that we don't, in our world, and haven't since the days of the Greeks who did, combined philosophy and art with sport. But quite clearly, the Oriental attitude is that the three are facets of the same things.
Man, listen, you see, really, to me, okay, to me, ultimately, martial art means honestly expressing yourself. Now, it is very difficult to do. I mean, it is easy for me to put on a show and be cocky and be flooded with a cocky feeling and then feel like pretty cool and all that. Or I can make all kinds of phony things, you see what I mean, blinded by it. Or I can show you some really fancy movement. But to express oneself honestly, not lying to oneself, and to express myself honestly, now that, my friend, is very hard to do, and you have to train. You have to keep your reflexes so that when you want it, it's there. When you want to move, you're moving. And when you move, you are determined to move. Not taking 1 inch, not anything less than that. If I want to punch, I'm going to do it, man, and I'm going to do it, you see. So, I mean, so that is the type of thing you have to train yourself into it, to become one with the, you think.
Yeah, this is very un-Western, this attitude. There were some lines that expressed your philosophy. I don't know if you remember them or not.
Oh, I remember that. I
Let's
said,
hear.
this is what it is, okay?
You're talking to Longstreet, played by James Francesca.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now, you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now, water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Like that, you see?
No, I see. I get the idea. I get the power behind it.
The hard thing, the difficult thing, it's behind what is the meaning, what brought on the expression and feelings behind those words. Like when I first arrived in the United States, and I look at a Caucasian, and I really would not know whether he was putting me on or is he really angry, because we have different way of reacting to it. See, those are the difficult things, you see.
It's almost as if you came upon a strange race where a smile didn't mean what it does to us. In fact, a smile doesn't always mean the same, does it?
Of course not.
Yeah, I just thought of that. Quite clearly, the Oriental attitude is that the three are facets of the same things. Quite clearly, the Oriental attitude is that the three are facets of the same things. Quite clearly, the Oriental attitude is that the three are facets of the same things. Where a smile didn't mean what it does to us. In fact, a smile doesn't always mean the same, does it?
Of course not.
Yeah, I just thought of that. Where a smile didn't mean what it does to us. Where a smile didn't mean what it does to us. Where a smile, quite clearly, the Oriental attitudes of the three are quite clearly, the Oriental attitudes of the three are for a smile,
Killer,
quite clearly, the Oriental attitudes of the three are quite clearly, the Oriental attitudes of the three quite clearly, the Oriental attitudes of the three.
Like me.
Please, don't move. I'm serious.
Why so serious? gets better. You know someone named T-Bird? He had a friend who shouldn't have played with knives. He was already dead.
Well, hello, beautiful.
Died a year ago.
You look nervous.
Only touch me. They're all dead. Just don't know it.
Ooh, very poor choice of words.
What are you supposed to be, a clown or something?
Sometimes.
You're just a freak. A little fighting, yeah. I like that. And here we go.
Is that gasoline I smell?